Welcome to the Everyday Adventures with Keith. We are now starting a new series. The first time, I'm only going to say this once, right? So what is this going to be about? We're going to pick a new topic every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 p.m. Eastern. These videos will be released, and it is the cruise question of the day. So now let's get started. Well, today's cruise question of the day is, why should you get travel insurance? I'm going to go through the pricing, what you get, should you not get it? Well, the main reason why you would not get it is because you don't want to spend anywhere from $150 to $300 per person per vacation, right? God forbid, right? You don't want to spend all that extra money because you spent maybe anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 for the whole trip, and you have other expenses that you're already paying for. So that's the main reason why you would not get it. Well, guess what? If you don't get it and something happens to you, there could be a medical emergency. This can cost you an arm and a leg. When I say it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, for example, you have a medical emergency, you have a condition, you have a heart, something where you need to be into a hospital, right? Not in the medical care of the cruise ship. You're not going to go to the medical bay. I've been there. They have real doctors and all that. I've even seen nurses that were from upstate New York and all that, right? I've seen them on the cruise ship, right? But it's going to be very expensive if you have to be medically evacuated by the U.S. Coast Guard. They're going to come there by helicopter, by boat. They're going to transport you from the cruise ship, say Tampa Bay, right? I know that they go to Tampa down there, right? So they're going to get you from the cruise ship, take you down to Florida, right? Usually by helicopter. And what is that going to cost you? $25,000 to $50,000, depending on what it is. It's usually around $25,000, right? So this is going to run you $25,000 in order to get you off the cruise ship over there, right? And on top of that, or to get you off, someone in your family, someone's going to have to pay 50% of that before they get you off of the cruise ship. So they're going to need some money up front, and the rest is going to have to be paid at the hospital. So you're going to have to front all that money as quick as possible and all that. This is a very, very unfortunate situation. But if you had cruise insurance, guess what? You'd be covered. You wouldn't have to deal with all this hassle, all that and all that. And cruise insurance does cover other stuff besides that. So let's get into the details with the pricing and all that, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so I'm going to use Alliance. Alliance also does a yearly plan, but I'm going to show you what it's going to cost you, per trip, right? I just put a week trip, an example. I use $5,000 as an example, one traveler, right? Did the whole thing, right? So this is going to run you about $179 per person for the lowest amount, right? So what does this give you? Well, what this is going to give you is, like you see the $50,000. That's for medical emergency, in case you get evacuated by the U.S. Coast Guard. They have emergency medical onboard stuff, up to $5,000, $2,550, right? A trip interruption. See, something happened, trip cancellation, $5,000. So say, for example, you fly the day of the cruise, right? Fly the day of the cruise. Flight gets delayed. Miss your cruise. Well, guess what? The cruise costs you $5,000. Now you get that money back. If you don't have the cruise insurance, well, this is travel insurance, right? If you don't have the travel insurance, right? The only thing you're getting back is the port taxes and fees. So you're going to lose thousands of dollars right there. So there's a big possibility that you could lose a lot of money right here. So remember, this is $179 per person, but the more people you have, the cheaper it is going to be per person, right? Most people like to do the one in the middle. So that's why I say anywhere from $150 to about $300 per person per trip, but they do yearly plans. If you go on a lot of cruises, look for the yearly plans from these companies. Like, for example, travel delay, baggage loss, all that stuff. This is why travel insurance is very, very important. And say, for example, which we don't want this to happen, but people do pass away on cruises, right? You pass away on a cruise, right? Say that does happen. Your family will be covered because you had travel insurance, and that could probably run them around the $12,000 range. This is what it's going to cost them to hold your body in the morgue. So with all the funeral expenses that are going on, if something does happen to you, your family's going to be covered. They're not going to have to pay a penny if you have had travel insurance. So this is a really, really good thing. I'm telling you, I mean, I've had medical emergencies in my past, and because of that, it gave me a little wake up call where every time I go on a cruise, I always get travel insurance. I mean, how many times you go on it? You spend so much money. Don't want to spend maybe an extra $200 to $300 per person. Because some of you guys rather go in the casino. You rather spend $10,000 in the casino, $5,000 in the casino, but yet you won't spend $150 for travel insurance. And if something happens to you while you're in the casino, because you're getting all excited because you're winning or you lose, getting all pissed off, and your heart rate goes up, and next thing you know, you're in the ER and you need medical emergency. Guess what? You should have had the travel insurance because you spent all that money in the casino, and now on top of it, you got to spend another $25,000 in order to get you to a hospital. So telling everybody, make sure you get travel insurance. It's a great investment because eventually something can happen to you one day.